Okay, Assalamualaikum. Alhamdulillah, we get back to our live class for this week. Okay, we are waiting for the rest to join. Should be around 30 today. I've count your attendance. Hopefully, everyone can be available during our live class. Okay, welcome to all that are joining. Okay, today we have a bit a different style. Last time I used to be live in a different place so that I can discuss with you through faces. But today, due to our last time, and needed you to write down all the points, so I've changed it to this method today, sharing you the screen so that the point is available to you in front of your eyes together with me. Easier that way. Okay, we have 13. We should wait for the rest, I hope. Okay, while waiting for them, just an introduction. We have covered the first paragraph during our first discussion on Intro to Maths, and last class we continue on the second paragraph. We have covered Holy Quran and relation with the Creator. Okay, let's continue today on the third paragraph here, number system. So to introduce mathematics, a part of the topics is related with number system, numbering. Okay, here you can see that, I hope you can see, number system vary according to culture, civilization and time frame. Let's look at the details. Okay, let's discuss and try to understand these 3 points. Highlight these 3 points, please. For those who are available there, you can write down so that your friend can see that we are talking about number system. Okay, write down number system. Which number system that we're going to discuss differences in terms of these 3 elements, which is culture, civilization and time frame. Okay, siapa yang rajin boleh tulis kat situ so that we can see the interaction. Okay, sistem nombor. As usual, we translate sistem nombor. So, banyak sistem nombor. Nombor ni ada sistem dia. Okay. Dan setiap sistem tadi, dia berbeza mengikut 3 benda ni. Yang kita cuba highlight lah. Culture, civilization and time frame. Berbeza dari sudut budaya, tamadun dan jangka masa. Okay, let's look at one by one. For example, when you look into the differences in culture, katakanlah kita melihat dari sudut perbezaan sistem nombor mengikut budaya. Okay, what is the difference between the number of a Malay, Chinese and Indian, let's say? Contohnya macam Malay. Macam mana nombor Melayu? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright? So that is number system for Malay culture. That's how we pronounce each of the numbers. At least lah, example kan. Okay. Compared to the other culture. For example, like Chinese. Macam mana Chinese kira? Siapa tahu? Macam kurang respon hari ni. So, because of that, assignment. Next assignment. Okay, so you need to write down the Chinese number. Siapa yang tahu bagus. Siapa yang belum tahu, study. Dan tulis. Okay? Assignment kita. Siapa yang rajin, tolong tulis. So, assignment. Mungkin juga ada yang dah tulis kan? Ke sebenarnya saya punya screen ni stuck dekat dia punya comment. I hope you can reply there. But last time we do have this problem kan? Dia punya screen comment tu, you already make a comment, but in front of me, in the case that I've faced, none of you comment anything. Boleh jadi macam tu jugalah. Okay. So kalau you keep on commenting, right? Write down the Chinese number. Contoh, katalah siapa yang tahu, yi, sam, se. Macam tu. Tulis-tulis lah. Okay, assignment Itu kalau Chinese. That is for Chinese. How about for Indian? Okay, so for Indian, what is the number for them? What pronunciation that you use to say number 1, 2, 3. Itu English lah. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So for Indian, another assignment. Write down the Indian word. Okay, and learn the pronunciation. How to pronounce Indian number. Okay, can you do that? Alright, yeah, you must do it. Okay. Siapa yang tahu mungkin onne, rende, mule, nale, so on. Alright. Okay, that's the differences. You might know in English too. You might know in Arabic. Okay, siapa yang belum tahu pergi belajar. Okay, macam mana nak tulis nombor Arabs? Wahid, Isnan, Salasa, Arba, Khamsa, Sitta, Sabah, Thamania, Tis'ah, Ashara. Right? Okay. So do that as assignment so that at least you know several culture of mathematics number system. Boleh? Try Okay. That's number 1 for culture. How about for civilization? And how about for discussing the differences between number system in terms of civilization? So let's see how you write down number 1 to 3. Macam mana kita tulis nombor 1, 2, 3. Ketamadunan Europe kan? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So do you know how? Of course. We have learned about it. Okay. How about in Arabic? Macam mana nak tulis nombor dalam Arabic? Tadi kita cerita pasal sebutan dia, culture kan, sebutan. Civilization kita tengok macam mana tulisan dia. Okay. So please do your notes on how to write the number. Okay. Normally in front of the class, kalau ada dalam kelas saya dah tulis lah, saya dah tunjuk lah and how it should be done. Okay. We are discussing about the culture of Chinese and Indian just now. So if you know how to pronounce yi, sam, se, for example, how to write it? Macam mana tulisan bahasa Cina pula? Ketamadunan Cina. Okay. Kalau Cina ada tamadun, India ada tamadun tak? Macam mana tulisan nombor dalam India? Okay. So here you might search for it. You might get friends to ask for it. And if you have an Indian friend, so learn from them. If you have a Chinese friend, can study from them. Okay, get some knowledge about number system according to culture and civilization tadi. Boleh? Alright. We are talking about Malay culture just now. 1, 2, 3. Macam mana Melayu tulis Okay, cuba cari. Mungkin ada dalam sejarah kot. Macam mana cara Melayu tulis nombor? Okay, try to get that from your research. Okay, number 2. Now number 3, according to time frame. Time frame meaning one time at the past we use a different kind of style, and nowadays we have different kind. Okay, meaning that number system zaman dulu dengan zaman sekarang berbeza. Contoh paling mudah mungkin kita ambil dalam timbangan berat. Okay. When you try to weight something in the past, you are using secupak, segantang. Macam tu lah kan. Tapi hari ni kita guna sekilo, kilogram, the standard international units. Kita dah guna SI unit. Ada gram, kilogram, okay, miligram. Alright. So itu adalah contoh. Perubahan masa okay, sorry guys, there have been some technical problem just now on my phone. Okay, let's continue. Are you there with me? Anyone? Okay, I can see the increase of views number. Alright, so sorry. Okay, continue from that. Just now we are using the weight scales. Now how about a length scales? Kita gunakan panjang. Contoh dulu kalau kita nak ukur panjang, kita guna sejengkal, and then sehasta, sedepa, macam tu lah. Okay. But nowadays we are using meters, ada centimeters, ada millimeters, besar sikit kilometers. Alright. So that's how the different number system according to time frame. And even maybe to some area and era, they might change it. How going to be changed? Let's look at the continuing sentence. Second sentence say that there are several civilizations which value number system, and the earliest would be the Mayan number system. Sebahagian daripada ketamadunan zaman dulu, mereka sangat mementingkan nilai sistem nombor mereka. Okay? Dan antara yang terawal ialah nombor sistem orang Mayan. Ni Mayan highlight. Mayan number system. InsyaAllah later on you're going to have the presentation about it. Okay. And then other than Mayan, followed later on by Indian number system, Babylonian numerals, and Arabic numerals. We do have the Chinese number and the Japanese number. Of course, there are a lot of other civilization outside there. Last time in the past, you have the Greek civilization, meaning the Europe continent. You have the Western, the American continent. You have the Asian continent, Chinese and Japanese. Okay. And you might have other number system, but there are several that we're going to go for details in our syllabus. Okay, any questions so far? Ada soalan? I'm so sorry if you have commenting anything that none appear in my live yet. Maybe because of my phone and it is hanging, or maybe the space is too small that I have here. Okay, but if you have commenting, thanks, and I'll check it later on. Okay, let's continue on the next page. Okay, now we are looking at the relevancy of mathematics in our daily life. How mathematics relates with our daily life. Okay, just to come back, be reminded that you need to complete your task just now, which is write down the number system of at least the one that you have known. Okay, it's okay, like Malay or English, so you can add up with Arabic, Chinese, and Indian. And if you want to do some extra like Korean, like Japanese, because you might have some idea about that, so you can do an extra marks for that. Okay, for relevancy in our daily life, how mathematics relates with human activity. You can see there. Give some example. Thank you so much. Okay. Please start commenting. Okay. I can see now. Hajar and Erin. Okay. You are writing something over there. Please do respond so that it help me to communicate with you during the class time. And if you just keep quiet, it seems like I'm talking alone here, right? Even though I might try to adjust with it, but with your reply and with your comment, it helped me a lot. Okay, if you can, if possible, write down any human activity that relates with mathematics. Anyone there? Can you write down? Okay, kita ada 20 yang live ni. Tadi ada 25 sebenarnya. So please alert your friend that I'm already alive here. Alah, alive alive macam baru nak hidup pula. Okay, please comment there and waiting for your comment. Mathematics that relates with your daily life, and every single day, what kind of mathematics that you face. And of course you face a lot. Of course it's so many things about mathematics, but want to know the some example from you. Setakat ni saya baru dapat nampak comment from Hajar and Erin. Okay, waiting for you guys to reply. And dalam kelas, anggaplah macam dalam kelas, replying, taking times. Okay. Yes, Erin kata buat air berapa sudu gula. Okay, good. Anyone else, please respond. Berapa biji cili untuk masak? Oh, ni suka pedas ni, Fatin Yang tadi suka manis. Hajar, sukatan masak. Masak apa tu Hajar? Sukat air. Okay, thank you for responding. Arifah, Rose. Mandi berapa kali? Berapa kali mandi Rose? Danish, langkah berjalan. Kira ke Danish langkah berjalan? Okay. Berapa langkah dah hari ni? Ke masih di atas kerusi je kan? Dari kerusi ke dapur ke ruang tamu kan? Ayu, masak Maggi berapa bungkus? Fuyo, banyaknya Ayu makan. Jangan makan Maggi banyak sangat Ayu. Alright. Okay, thanks for responding. Anyone else? Kita ada lagi belasan ni yang belum reply. Activate yourself in the class. At least you can and write something. Okay. Alright, while waiting for the rest to get active, let's continue the second point. You can see here that it is one use. Okay, we divide the usage of mathematics in different level. Here we mention 4 levels specifically. Number 1, personal level. Number 2, community. Number 3, nation. And the last one, international levels. So 4 levels that we divide the use of mathematics. We're going to go through one by one. Okay, in normal class I will ask you to read this, but of course here, and because only my voice can be enter in our FB live, so just hear from me. At personal level, mathematics is significant in terms of indicating important event, namely, okay, highlight significant indicating event. Okay. Pentingnya matematik dalam level personal. What is personal? Personal is your own part. Kalau Melayu kita translate kepribadian. How is that the mathematic relates to you personally and individually. Alright. Here is the example. Gestation period, birth date, birth order, and age. Okay. What mean by gestation? Anyone? Siapa tahu gestation tu apa? Cari. Belum ada respon lagi. Okay. Please get to be responding and responsive during the class time. Okay, boleh jawab soalan tadi and continue jawab soalan seterusnya. Mungkin loading lah. It's okay. And I do accept the technical things happening using online device here. Okay. But try your best. I'm trying the best. We can have the class using this method. Okay, Sarah jawab. Shopping, yeah, shopping best price. That's related with my thank you, Sarah. Sarah suka shopping Shopping apa tu? Tengah-tengah banyak diskaun kot kan. Sales ni. Kata Merdeka Sales. Okay, continue lagi. Siapa lagi? Okay, Farah jawab. Gestation period. Thank you, Farah. Woman pregnancy. Yes, good. Highlight that for everyone. I hope you can see that. Woman pregnancy. Yes. How woman pregnancy, how pregnant relate with mathematics. Okay, and then Farah dah tambah the information there. Yes, around 38 to 42 weeks. Bermaksud berapa lama? Tu matematik lah. How long you are in pregnant? Walaupun belum lagi pregnant kan. But later on, you might plan for pregnancy. Anyone here plan for pregnant? And that might be one of the goals and aim becoming a woman later on. Hopefully everyone can have that experience. Okay, and some might already have it. Ada yang seawal usia 20-an pun dah merasai dah pregnancy. Okay, and because of that, you know and you must know how to count it. What if the baby born before 20 days? They call premature. Okay. So biasanya normal lah di antara 38 ke 42. Yang the best is 40 weeks lah. Di tengah-tengah tu the best is 40 weeks. So very important for your information, you need to maybe make some notes or maybe put some reminder. Okay, let's say you get married later on, please be reminded to jot down your menstrual cycle every month, and you need to know when is your last date for menstruation. Bermaksud bila last kitaran haid. So check betul-betul sebab kalau salah tarikh ketika doktor tanya, For example, let's say you get married and then suddenly you've been waiting for your normal menstrual cycle every month, it stop. Alamak, macam dah lama je tunggu kan, belum lagi datang haidnya. Maybe you are expecting kan. When you are expecting, first month maybe you feel like okay, normal kan, biasalah tu tunggu. But second month, lama dah ni kan, stop. So normally you going to have the medical checkup. When you go for medical checkup, doctor will ask about this kan. Even I'm as a man, I need to know because it's going to relate with me to take care of my child inside the womb kan. So kita nak kena tahulah kan, sebagai lelaki apatah lagi perempuan kan. So when you need to clarify with the doctor asks you to clarify when is your last date of menstrual. So you need to look at your reminder or notes. If you have that, so the doctor can predict when is your due date. Problem, what if you miss or wrongly say the date or miscalculate and when is the last time? So the doctor might have a different due date compared to the real one. Boleh jadi you tersalah bagi tahu sama ada due date yang doktor tetapkan tu terlewat atau terawal. So what happen? Kalau terawal, macam tadi lah. If before 38 tadi, 37 and below, it's called premature. And berapa ramai kes yang tersilap. Bukan doktor silap, sebab kita silap dan salah bagi tahu doktor letak due date. And doktor kena follow due date. This is my experience lah. Bila dia tengok, dah sampai dah masa ni kan, dah sampai dah masa ni, but sebenarnya kita tersalah bagi tahu sepatutnya belum sampai masa lagi. So dia pun akan lakukan prosedur in medical term. Ini dah due date, kalau saya tak buat sekarang saya akan dipersalahkan, kata doktor. So dia terpaksa buat sebab dah ditetapkan dalam buku. Unless you take in charge, you go behind doctor or overrule the power, tu boleh lah kan. Tapi jarang lah ketika you dalam keadaan yang sedang menunggu masa, doktor kata apa je ya saja, you nak bangkang pun susah kan. Nanti kita bangkang, tunjuk kita pandai kan, dia pula kan malas nak layan kita dah, contoh kan. It happens always like that So be careful on the date of your menstrual, especially when you are get married, macam tu. Even now lah, now is for your health kalau kata normal every month 30 days, okay, good. But maybe some of you have 2 weeks of menstruation ke kan, ataupun 2 months baru datang once. So please get some advice. Alright. Okay, berapa minggu tadi? 40 minggu. Berapa bulan tu? Around 9 bulan. Ada ke yang lebih lama pada tu kan? Later on if you have some reading, ada yang mungkin membincangkan. But nowadays because all of us have wide information, normal would be 9 months, 9 bulan. Soalan, senang ke susah 9 bulan mengandung? So remember that you are inside your mother's womb for that 9 months. So what happened during that time? Maybe some of us and some of the mother, and they might feel vomiting, sickness, they have lack of appetite, but some might be different, and some might enjoy the moment. Okay, they say this is some other extra experience. They say if you have problem within your pregnancy time, your labor should be easy and delivering too easy. But those people who are easy during pregnancy, the labor would be difficult. So dia macam pro and cons timbal balik. Kalau siapa yang senang masa mengandung, syok aje, ada happy je kan. Masa bersalin dia teruji kat situ. Tapi siapa-siapa yang teruji awal, masa pregnant susah, payah kan, masa bersalin senang. Okay. So Anyone? Dah plan dah bila nak mengandung? Alright. Okay. Next, birthday. Apa tu birthday? Tarikh lahir, kan? Masing-masing ada tarikh lahir. Of course, tarikh lahir berkaitan dengan matematik. When is your birthday? Some starting from January and some might end in December. Okay. Just to add up, how numbers relate with your personal is like this. If you are born in the month of January, you have some certain character. Ada karakter tertentu yang kita dah buat kajian. Contoh, orang yang mungkin lahir pada bulan Januari, mentally dia strong. Orang yang bulan Januari. Ada tak sesiapa yang Januari? Say I. Okay, boleh tulis I kat situ. Januari. Okay. Ini karakter lah. Get to know your own character, because if you know your strength, you might use your strength in the right way. Ada. Erin, I. Maknanya Januari. Mungkin nampak pandai. Ataupun memang betul pandai. Ataupun pandai buat pandai. Orang Januari. Okay. Tapi biasanya orang Januari ni dibijak lah. Bijak. Okay, siapa lagi boleh say I, Januari. Okay, move on. Month of February. February, ramai yang study and dia buat reports. Orang bulan 2 ni dia suka cakap. Sama ada dia pandai cakap ataupun bila bercerita tu seronok sangat, dan orang yang berada sekitarnya suka dengar dia cakap. Betul siapa kata wow tu? Kan. Cuba cek kawan-kawan yang bulan 2, kan. Sama ada dia pandai cakap atau dia suka cakap, kan, atau dia banyak cakap, kan. Dan orang lain mungkin suka dengar dia cakap. Okay. Saya ada juga kawan-kawan bulan 2, kan. Memang dia pandai cakap, memang dia pandai tarik perhatian, kan. Semua orang suka, kan, dengar dia cakap, kan, bercerita tu. Okay, ni bulan 2. Bulan 3, okay, bulan 3. Siapa bulan 3? Anyone? Say I, bulan 3. Semua akan say I lah, kan, setiap bulan. Cuma nak tengok jugalah siapa yang aktif ni. Bulan 3 ada. Bulan 3 dalam kajian dikatakan orang yang rajin, hard working. Dia suka buat kerja. Kan. Dia ni kalau jadi follower bagus, kan. Walaupun kalau dia jadi leader, dia akan jadi leader yang rajin. Macam tu. Workers, kan. Kita suruh buat, dia akan buat. Okay. Orang bulan 3. Ada tak orang bulan 3? Ada, Tika rajin, kan. Tengok nanti. Tengok assignment dia. Dia mesti paling awal hantarnya. Kan. Alright. So use that, kan. Use that for you to upgrade your strength, kan. Kalau you memang tahu you rajin, you boleh beritahu, bos, saya rajin. Ataupun masa interview, I would be a good and hardworking workers, kan, employee. So people would like that, kan. Ada orang yang mungkin dia bukanlah malas, tapi dia akan choose to do whatever that only necessary. But in this case of March, they are going to do it more than necessary. They are voluntarily, should be lah. Sebenarnya dia suka buat. Mungkin kalau tiba-tiba dia rasa malas tu, dia belajar daripada environment. So jangan terikut dengan environment yang negatif. You dah ada sifat yang rajin, kekalkan dan tunjukkan. Dan jangan kisah dengan orang kata, alah nak bodek lah tu. No, that is you. Ada orang sangka benda tu macam bodek lecturer lah ke, kan, bodek boss ke, bodek kawan ke, nak tunjuk kat orang, tak apa. Biar dia kata apa, because that is your character. Okay. Ini contoh, kan. Banyaklah karakter lagi dalam setiap bulan tu. Saya bagi among yang familiar. Okay. Okay, move to April. Anyone April? Ada yang bulan April? Bulan 4? Sesiapa bulan 4 ada? Say I, bulan 4. Nak tengok sikit. Special ni bulan 4 ni. Semua bulan special pun sebenarnya, kan. Tak ada bulan 4. Tak ada, kena cerita yang ada je lah. Sarah bulan 4. Sarah. Okey. Bulan 4 ni sebenarnya, boleh tulis siapa-siapa yang Bulan 4 ni atraktif. Atraktif. Atraktif ni dia subjektif lah. Ada yang atraktif dari sudut rupa. Oh, lawa contoh kan. Beautiness tu appear there kan. Dan bukan kat bulan lain tak lawa tapi cerita pasal atraktif. Mungkin dia attract throughout the face. Kadang-kadang muka dia biasa je, tapi orang suka tengok. Macam tu. Kalau betul-betul dia in term of beauty physically kan, maybe this person can be a model lah. Macam tu. Jadi model okay. But the other thing, attractive in another way. Maybe the aura to attract people. Ataupun contoh macam ni. Kalau masuk kelas kan, lecturer akan kenal dia dulu. Kan? Macam Sarah mungkin lah kan. Semua orang akan ingat Sarah. Tanyalah lecturer lain pun, Sarah kenal tak? Oh, Sarah mesti kenal. Macam tu lah. Kan? Okay. Ada tarikan orang-orang yang bulan 4. Betul Farah? Lecturer kenal kan Farah? Okay, next. Bulan 5. Siapa bulan 5? Siapa bulan 5 tulis 5 lah. Kan? Tulis I nanti nampak macam kenapa semua I kan? Okay. Siapa bulan 5 tulis 5. Mei. Siapa bulan Mei ni macam anak saya. Bulan Mei. Ada bulan Mei? Tak ada bulan Mei okay. Tak ada bulan Mei, kita tanya bulan Jun. Okay, macam ni lah. Siapa-siapa bulan mana pun, type nombor dia lah. Siapa bulan Mei, nombor 5. Siapa bulan Jun, nombor 6. And seterusnya. Siapa bulan 8, happy birthday lah bulan ni. Okay, anyone? Maybe loading, saya tunggu. Fatin bulan 6. Yes, bulan 6. Okay, saya cerita bulan 6. Sampai bulan yang ada saya cerita dulu. Okay, untuk bulan 6, those people who born in June, ni pun satu special juga ni. Saying that they are the number of money. Kan? Fatin, check betul. Check balik. Siapa lagi yang lain bulan 6, boleh check balik. Pia pun bulan 6 kan. Okay. Orang-orang bulan 6 ni katanya dia pasal duit ni dia settle. Sama ada mungkin dia kaya, ataupun kalau dia belum kaya, sentiasa ada duit kan. Okay. Duit itu berterusan kan. In term of wealth ni kan, dia sentiasa ada. Okay. Ataupun kalau belum ada semua tu, mungkin dia pandai minta duit kan. Kejap-kejap pinjam duit kan. Dan orang kalau dapat rayuan daripada dia, mesti bagi pinjam kan. Sebab saya pernah ada jumpa seorang ni kan, dia ada nombor 6 dia ada nombor 6 dalam tarikh dia, pandai minta duit. Dan mungkin dia suka minta duit juga. Okay, alright. Ataupun dia pandai pengurusan duit. Macam itulah okay. Alright, this is the study we have done. Okay, we can see the rest. Thank you siapa yang reply. Okay, kita ada bulan 1 dah cover tadi. Bulan 9. Bulan 5 tak ada tadi Wih. Tak ada ramai tak ada bulan 5 Amin. Okay, Fatin. Kalau lebih-lebih tu bolehlah pas-pas dekat lecturer ni kan. Okay, bulan 7. Kita tengok bulan 7 Hafizah ni Hafizah. Okay, Hafizah. Bulan 7. Bulan 7 ni sepatutnya karakter dia leadership. Dia mempunyai daya kepimpinan. Boleh sangat jadi ketua. Ramai orang juga dia suka ikut kita. Bermaksud apa? Kita mungkin ramai follower. Cuba check IG Fiza ni. Kan? Berapa follower dia? Sepatutnya dia boleh kan? Dia boleh dapatkan ramai pengikut, kan? And people love to follow the style. Try lead ataupun mungkin dalam harian, dalam dia pergi mana aja orang nak ikut. Ada orang selalu tanya, nak pergi mana hari ni ya? Selalu tanya dia, kan? Sebab apa? Dia macam karakter ketua tu ada kat dia. Betul ke, Fiza? Alright, ni bulan 7. Okey, kita tengok bulan 8 tak ada. Tak ada bulan ni baru nak bagi birthday present bulan ni. Okey, 99 Danish 99. Ada juga dia ni Zah pun 99. Okey, those people in the September they have the power of management, administration. Dia pandai manage, menguruskan. Pentadbiran tu dalam genggaman dia. Macam tu. Dia ada je idea-idea untuk buat event ke, macam tu kan. Sebenarnya dia boleh. Dia ada dia punya power tu. Dan biasa orang-orang macam ni dia suka buat kerja-kerja yang admin. Kerja admin, documentation, ataupun buat program. Sebenarnya dia suka. Ataupun dia ada kelebihan tu. Sometimes you might feel bukanlah, tak pernah try pun, sebab you belum lagi, because you are developing your character. Sometimes you develop early, you recognize it during your school time. But some other they might be have late, kata late comers ni, kan, lambat sikit. So you need to learn the strength that you have, and if you use that strength, it's going to boom. Macam tu. Dan dalam kelas pun, please, assignment, presentation, try to use your strength. Okay. Of course, the rest need to learn the same character, but here we want to see the potential that you have. Macam tu. Sekejap Okay, sorry for some disturbance Alright, continue. Ada bulan 10. No, bulan 11. Okay, ramai juga bulan 11. Okay. Wow, ramai ni bulan 11. Okay, bulan 11. Okay, bulan 11 ni sepatutnya dia bagus dalam writing. Orang-orang dalam bentuk penulisan. Macam siapa tadi? Ayu. Pak Ayu sebenarnya pandai tulis. Sepatutnya karang. For example, like if you want to write down some letters, you want to write down copywriting ke, or you might do a written assignment ke, and they have this expertise in them, tahu je dia macam mana nak menulis tadi. Syafi Nana, yes. Okay, bulan 11 juga. Ni sepatutnya dia pandai tulis. Rose, kalau buat cerita, sepatutnya boleh lah, ataupun dia suka tulis. Mungkin dia kurang pandai, orang baca biasa, tapi dia suka tulis. Dia suka buat diary ke, dia suka buat status ke, ataupun dia suka up macam-macam dekat dia punya wall, betul ke? Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. Is it true? Those people, yes, might be, Okay. Alright. Ada bulan 8, Arifah, bulan 8. Okay, bulan 8. Hebat juga bulan 8 ni. These the people who love business, they say, suka business. Mungkin dia pandai kira-kira, sepatutnya. They know how to calculate the profit and loss. Or they good in mathematics. So these people, if involved in business, or they love to be in business, they want to run a business, they might be success in business. Cuma in term of success, how to define success tu differently. Ada orang define success tu when you hit sales. 1 million sale. Paling baru ni ramai yang viral kan, sebab Dr. Azizan dia sebut apa ni yang berniaga ni belum dapat 1 juta sale lagi. Ramai orang yang balas balik lah. Sometimes bukan semua orang berniaga nak capai 1 juta. Sometimes they love to do the business kan. Macam my friend ada 2-3 orang yang suka business. Mungkin sales normal kan, sekadar buat. This is some kind of people. Betul ke Arifah? Suka business ke? Suka ke jual-jual barang? Suka ke promote, marketing, macam tu kan? Sometimes they are this kind of people. Dia pergi mana dia promote. Kadang-kadang orang bola lapan ni lah, walaupun bukan semestinya orang bola lapan je kan. But those people yang pandai promote ni, ada dia punya customer dia, ada tukang beli dia, macam tu. Alright. Okay, that's I think complete all your answer and respond here. Okay, continue on. Birth order sikit ni, kita habiskan sejam kita ni before we end. Birth order mean susunan kelahiran. Contoh paling ketara Melayu lah kan. Sini saya salute orang Melayu, sebab orang Melayu je saya ingat yang ada pangkat dalam kelahiran ni. Yang sulung dipanggil alung, yang second dipanggil angah, lepas tu alang, ada siapa lagi? Atih, ada andak, ada kan, anjang lagi apa? Ucu ada, uda ada, apa lagi? Aci, and so on. Ayang ada. Anja ada, anja. Betul Alright. So compare to others, compare to Chinese, even English, big brother, small brother, little brother, itu je lah dia ada kan. Okay, older sister and younger sister, and but for Malay we have those things. Okay, and last one, age. Of course, age are using numbers. You might seem ages from your numbers, you might seem really young from your numbers. It depends on how you take care of your health. Hopefully if you get to know it now, so even though you are 40, you look like 20. Boleh okay. And sometimes you are 30 but your body is already 50. I used to be in both situations. Last time I was very big, and people say that I might be looking 50 even though I'm 25. But now when I was already reaching almost 40, but they say that I'm maybe 14, macam tu lah. So numbers in your life according to the ages. Okay. Alright, any questions so far? We are reaching already. Is it already times? What time is it? Okay, we are actually reaching 12. Okay, kalau ada masa lagi, kita boleh continue. Number 4. Look at number 4. Okay, we have covered personal level. Now is community level. Community mean the society, level masyarakat yang berkaitan dengan mathematics. Kita bermula dengan transaction. Apa tu transaction? Jual beli, business. Siapa yang suka business tadi mungkin boleh libatkan diri dengan turun padang, membantu masyarakat mendapatkan keperluan asas. Some people is that. Some people love to sell clothes, and some others might be scarf, some others food. Kita nampak 2-3 orang yang suka dia jual perfume. Okay. So this is the kind of contohnya ada suka juga join yang jual produk kan, kecantikan kan. Kadang-kadang nampak jugalah benda-benda tu diviralkan kan, and you join it together kan. Yang paling baru some people dia suka join yang well known businessman macam Alif Syurki ke, Datuk Vida ke, even paling baru juga Datuk Siti kan. Okay, those people involved in transaction, community levels, masyarakat kita yang suka berbisnes. Okay, of course banyak matematik dalam bisnes, kita dah pernah bincang sebelum ni. Continue on enrollment. Kenapa enrollment tu dia buat highlight merah? Salah eja ke? Next kita check jap. 2L ke apa? Oh ya, 1L je. Enrollment. Maybe the difference between UK and US spelling. Kadang-kadang kita guna UK tapi dia punya komputer US style. Okay. Enrollment mean registration. So bila kita masuk dalam sekolah, pendaftaran, of course banyak berkaitan dengan matematik. Contohnya kita nak kena tahu berapa jumlah kelas, untuk berapa jumlah student, dengan berapa jumlah guru, yuran, buku teks, berapa banyak nak kena beli. So this is all mathematic. And nowadays, and ada pula penjarakan sosial, so 100 meters, so still mathematic. And what else? You want to purchase at the cafe, you need to use money, involve mathematics, right? Okay. Question? Okay, kalau ada boleh terus tanya. Next, census. Census ni maksudnya bancian. Bancian ni apa? We want to know how many, the total numbers. And for example, like how many total we are right now. You can see the left is 22. It should be around 32. So 10 are missing. And I'm really worried about this. If you guys have some reason for that, so please let me know lah. And kenapa yang 10 orang lagi ni pergi mana kan? If the difficulties on the line, please let me know kan. Kalau tiap-tiap kali kelas line problem, so kita kena cari solution and how to solve that problem. Okay. Ataupun kita nak tahu berapa jumlah total of college student. And setakat ni siapa tahu berapa total dalam college kita, berapa ramai? Berapa jumlah staff? So we need to do the census, kita bancian. Ataupun kita nak tahu berapa ramai kawasan area negeri kita. So they need to register IC. Oh ni berapa orang dah sebenarnya lahir di Selangor, example. And total up the number of our population. Berapa jumlah sebenarnya kita punya penduduk di Malaysia ni? Siapa tahu? Okay, anyone try to answer the question. Have some guess, or if you know the facts, you can write down. Agak-agak berapa ramai? Okay guys, ada yang tahu? Berapa jumlah penduduk Malaysia? Rus jawab 30, yes. Tu search. Okay, tu tanda fakta lah tu. Yes, around 30 millions. Lebih kurang 30 juta kan? Ramai ke sikit? 30 juta. Nanti kita tengok ada tak lagi ramai benda ni. Okay, thank you for answer. Yes, sebabkan bancian lah kita dapat tahu jumlah kan, 30 juta orang yang ada ni. Okay. Next, calendar. Of course, calendar relates with mathematics. The date, the day. We teach the children how to read calendar during mathematics syllabus. Tahun, alright. And then navigation. What is navigation? Navigation ni macam kita kat phone kita lah yang ada maps, GPS tu, Waze tu. So pakai ke mathematics tu. Yes, you need to know the coordinates. Cuma nowadays coordinates relate with the name, and the road name, maybe the area name, the precinct name macam tu. Dia dah letak nama-nama daerah. Tapi sebenarnya dalam maps, dalam GPS kita, dalam Google tu, dalam Waze tu, dia ada dia punya coordinates. And coordinates kita belajar dalam mathematics kan. X and Y kan. Maknanya latitude berapa, longitude berapa. Ataupun kita panggil apa, horizontal and vertical berapa. Ke kiri berapa, ke atas berapa. Ataupun ke kiri berapa, ke bawah berapa. Ke kanan berapa, and so on lah. So longitude and latitude. This is related with mathematics. And if you involve in those apps, for example, later on, you're going to teach the children. And hopefully by teaching the children from the beginning, they helps them to develop the likable to mathematics. And because you teach it well. Yes, betul semua jawab 30 juta. Yes. How do you know it's 30 million? So this is related with mathematics. How big is 30 million? Macam Ajar cakap, banyak tu. Sebab kita tahu, million bermaksud ramai. So bila ramai, macam mana tahu ramai? Sebab kita tahu millions tu level dia tinggi dah. Level dia di atas daripada ratusan puluhan ribu. Okay. Any question for community level? Ada soalan? Okay, kita still ada masa. I think we can keep continue some part of it. Nation level, iaitu level negara pula. Level negara, kita ada business, yes, a bigger business. We need to have business. Kalau macam setakat jual-jual dalam community tu kecil lah. Jual-jual yang besar apa? Kereta, production of foods, and a lot of hypermarket and supermarket, pergi mall. Okay, we are talking about the high class, and we need this one, and to improve towards reaching advanced country, and we need the business to grow. That is why right now, and even though the pandemic is there, we need to help the government, and the government need to help us back in terms of growing and upgrading the business level. And of course nowadays we can see that we are doing an online business. Okay, it's okay kan. Kerajaan pun dah start online dalam beberapa tahun yang lepas pun dah start. So using all these online apps kan. Sekarang paling baru saya nampak bayar pun guna handphone je kan. Dulu kita rasa macam bayar guna kad tu hebat dah. Bayar guna handphone je. Kan. Sebab apa? Sebab duit dalam handphone. Dalam app dalam handphone. Tak payah bawa kad. Kad tertinggal, handphone jangan tinggal. Jaranglah orang tinggal handphone. So duit dalam phone. Nak bayar, tunjuk barcode, pump, terus dia scan kan. Alright, business. And then weighing goods such as grain and cereal. Yes, our nation need to produce a lot of agricultural product, especially the food that we need to have every day, macam beras kita perlukan, kemudian minyak sawit untuk memasak, apa lagi, dan sayur-sayuran vegetables, fruits. Okay, producing all this in term of the national level, level countryness ni, sebab kita kena cover the whole country. What happen if we have shortage of food? It's going to be chaos. Tapi alhamdulillah, even though we might be stuck within our home lockdown hari tu, sebenarnya makanan cukup kan. Kalau kita pergi supermarket, ada saja makanan. Okay. Measurement of clothes, yes, this is also a part of mathematics involved in the national level production of clothes. Ini pun banyak, kadang-kadang saya pergi kedai, saya macam heran, banyaknya baju kan. Siapa nak pakai semua ni kan. And habis satu stok sentiasa come in kan. Siapa yang involved dalam baju pun kita akan tengok habis saja. Soalan, pakai ke? Saya tanya you guys, berapa banyak baju ada? Berapa banyak tudung ada kan? Sometimes do you use it? That's the question. Okay, simple daily calculation. Yes, of course it's also a country levels kan. Semua orang akan menggunakan, seluruh negara kan, perkiraan harian. And last one, profit making and loss. Ada untung, ada rugi. Ada masa kita untung, ada masa kita rugi. Bukan selamanya buat bisnes untung dan bukan selamanya berbisnes rugi. So the country need to know how to make more profit compared to or try to manage the loss, kan. So dalam apa, trading kan, dalam kita berdagang ni, kita kena tahu macam mana nak dapat keuntungan lebih berbanding kerugian. Walaupun kerugian mungkin ada, jarang bisnes yang untung saja. Alright. Okay, cover number 5. Last one, number 6. Any question? Okay, masa dah hampir tamat kan. So I give you 2 days extra notes. What I need you to do, other than writing down, sebab writing down simple je sebenarnya kan, writing down the numbers system tadi, Indian, Chinese, and you can add up with Arabic or Japanese or Korean, is your choice. But at least Chinese and Indian should you try to know, kan. Mana tahu nanti akan ajar kanak-kanak yang Cina India, so at least tahulah nombor Cina India. Okay, another task here would be, look at the last point, try to explain what you understand from it and give example. That's it. Okay, look into the meaning, explain in your own way what you understand, how mathematics relates with all of this, and give example. Get it? Alright, any last question before we end our live session? Continue on the WhatsApp if you have anything. And please update your submission on the task, and inshallah I will open after this the next submission for today's task. Nothing? Anyone? Okay, thank you so much for your attention. I hope that you keep up with your performance to be in the class, your punctuality, your submission. Okay. Fina, kena present ke? Okay, same as what you have done for science. Yes, later on after you have the submission, saya akan suruh. And thank you for your advance question there. Yes, buat live je macam hari tu juga, kan. Okay, any other question? Tapi siapkan dulu, then baru saya akan hari Khamis nantilah baru saya akan sebut pasal to do the live session. So be ready. Okay, alright. Okay, that's all for today. Keep it up with the task, and thank you Fitna for the advanced idea. Bye. Assalamualaikum.